So we're working out of OpenStax statistics. We're in chapter 7, and we're going to talk about the central limit for sums. We're going to talk about this iPad users example. As always, you can reference the text. If you look in the description of the video, you can find the link, and you can get the Excel workbook for free at dividingconquermath.com. Just go to the OpenStax statistics section. So this is a similar example to what we were doing a few tabs ago. So we have that in a recent study, it was reported that the mean age of iPad users is 34 years. Suppose the standard deviation is 15 years and the sample size is 50. So what are the mean and standard deviation for the sum of the ages of iPad users, and what is the distribution? Okay, so for this first one, so I put as a little reference here. So when we're talking about sums, these are kind of the two main formulas that you need to know. So for your, there's kind of two pieces of information we need to take from here. So first, we have to use the data that's been given. So for the data that's been given, my mean is 34. My standard deviation, I know, is 15. And then my n is going to be size 50. So now we need the mean for our sums, and that's going to be this formula here. So I'm going to take my n times my mean. Oops, did something wrong there. Oops, I accidentally put a negative in front. Okay, and then my standard deviation, so that's going to be my square root of n, so that's this part right here. So the square root of n times my standard deviation. So that's going to be my mean and my standard deviation for this example. And so this is still going to act like the normal distribution. So let's see if I can just kind of sketch one out here. So I still have something that's going to be approximately normal. It's just that now the axis down here is going to be sums. So it's going to be like a sum of x's, basically. So I still have a normal distribution. It's going to be centered at this mean of 1700. So moving on to part B, so find the probability that the sum of the ages is between 1500 years and 1800 years. So we're really looking for the probability that this is between 1500 and 1800. So I can go ahead and kind of mark those. So I'm going to have, let's see if I can sketch this. I've got 1500 and 1800. Sorry, I'm kind of drawing off on the side here, so my drawings might not be the best. But I really want to find this area in between. So I'm just going to use my normal distribution formula, except now I just have a different mean and standard deviation to use. So starting with the one on the right, I'll put in 1800. Here's my mean. Here's my standard deviation. And I type in true. And then I've got my norm.dist. And so now I'm going to take the other values, so that 1500, my mean, my standard deviation, and true. And so there's going to be my probability for that one. And then for the last question, so it's find the 80th percentile for the sum of the 50 ages. Okay, so same idea, but for this one, so let me just kind of erase the markings that I just made on this. So now we're talking about that bottom 80th percent. So this right here is going to represent 80% of the area. And I want to know what is this value down here. And so once again, I'm going to use my norm.inverse function using my area of 0.8. My mean will be the mean and standard deviation that I found for my sums. And so then I get this 1789.267, and then you can round that as you see appropriate.